And I may be a criminal, and I may be a lot of things, but you guys got to remember something. I spent time in jail. I spent time around murderers. I spent time around bank robbers. I spent time around rapists. I spent time around child molesters. I did not hang with them. I got to look at them, and I got to study them like an animal in a fucking circus. You know, when you ever go to a zoo and you sit down and you stop and you look at the whole fucking giraffe exhibit, and you see that maybe the one giraffe might have a teddy bear or whatever. You know, I got to look at all these guys every day. And there's a couple things I could tell you from that fucking thing. Chris D'Elia didn't do anything wrong, and Ralphie May is not a rapist. When somebody accused Ralphie May of rape, I went off the fucking deep end. Because I know a rapist. A rapist has a different beat than a crackhead, has a different beat than what I was, a fucking robber. I was a plain day robber, a burglar, a fucking, you know. So they all have a different beat. So I know the beat of a rapist. I know the beat of a guy that really indulges in little fucking girls. You know, you don't know what goes out there in Hollywood. You don't know the girls that just go out there and don't know. You know, I saw fucking Paris Hilton on fucking Letterman telling stories how she used to sneak out of her window when she was 15 in New York to go out and see fucking men. Those motherfuckers should be shot down. They knew she was 15, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm just trying to explain to you what I saw happen to a friend that this didn't deserve to happen. You want to kick him off the fucking movie, kick him off the fucking movie. You wanted to kick him off a TV show, whatever, kick him off the TV show. But this was not warranted by this guy. This guy came back, Chris D'Elia, and tried to show you other tweets that he had received, but nobody wanted to see them. You guys didn't give him a chance to protect themselves. How would you like it if that was you? Would you like that if I didn't give you your chance to open up your mouth and say, hey, this is what really fucking happened? As soon as they fucking came at me with some bullshit about 20 years ago, I opened up my fucking mouth, because you ain't taking it away from me. I worked too hard for this, you fucking dummies. You're worried about a girl who sucked my dick, but you don't give a fuck about a guy that was in the trunk of a car. Go fuck yourself. Your priorities are all fucking wrong. If you hit me up tomorrow and say, I'm not listening to you because you kidnapped a guy in 88, I'd accept that. But don't say to me that, oh, Joe Rogan laughed at your joke, so he's guilty. Really? There was just a bunch of stupidity at that time that we look back on now and you could address and go, what the fuck were these people talking about? What were they talking about?
Because you're high as hell.
Yeah. So how the fuck are you going to fucking sit there and be mad at whatever the fuck? Listen, Chris D'Elia, if you're watching this, brother, I love you. I got your back. It's time for you to fucking start your little podcast, tell your stories, let them throw eggs at you.
Come to Jersey.
Let them throw eggs at you. Let them do whatever the fuck they want. And you're going to go through it, and then you're going to win because you're going to hold your fucking ground. In this business now, you got to hold your ground. Or they're going to come after you every week for something you did 82 years ago. And I'm not going to go for it, and neither are you. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. If somebody came after you over an action you did 20, 30 fucking years ago. So when Cyan said that the other day, a lot of people in the comments said, I don't know what you're thinking. Joey's giving him light, you know, and we laughed, we giggled. I didn't leave a comment, but that's the truth, brother. I was just trying to give him fucking light. I don't like what's been done to him. And you know what? The LA Times is one thing. You know, I understand Hollywood movies. I understand sponsors on a podcast. But when your own are turning you into the fucking wolves, that's what pisses me the fuck off. That's when and every time I see somebody make a remark towards Chris or something, I send them a message. Hey man, how you holding up? How you keeping your chin up? Don't fucking listen to those fucking guys. They're all gonna have their heyday. This is part of being a friend. This is what friendship entails. You gotta pick a side sometimes. You gotta pick a fucking side. If he was to stab 4 people and kill a grandmother, do you think I'd be checking up on him? No. But this is a story of he said, she said. Nobody really. There's one bro who said he took his dick out in Cleveland, whatever. Chris D'Elia is a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a very handsome dude. There's a lot of things he doesn't need to do to attract fucking women. I'm not calling them liars. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just telling you from all the facts I've gathered as a human being, as a criminal, and as a comic. Chris D'Elia is okay by my eyes. So you guys want to keep fucking throwing fucking sand on him and burying him? Fuck you. What do you want me to tell him? To go and hide? Fuck you. You don't hide from fucking nobody. If we did it, we did it. We stand up and we tell our explanation and why we did it. And that's it. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. If you can live with it, you live with it. Listen, let me tell you a very fucking story here. A very special story, okay? I love animals. I don't know. When I was about 4, I became enamored with animals. And then when I was about 6, I saw Juan throw a beat on a guy for hitting an animal. And I got the whole underculture of the Cuban dogs, why you don't hit dogs in Cuba, because they're protected by St. Lazaro and all this shit. And that's all great and dandy. But I saw an abused dog once. I saw some kids when I was a kid, like fucking a dog that was burnt. And I remember how my stomach felt. And I remember that between you and I was too much of a pussy to go back and hit him in the head with a fucking brick. But thinking about it today in the 3rd grade, this happened in 1973 in New York City, like on Riverside Drive. If I would have had the balls I had today, I should have hit those kids with a brick in the head and fucking smashed their heads for lighting this dog's tail on fire or some shit. I was so pissed at myself that night. So I've never been happy on dog, cat abuse, animal abuse. Listen, I get it. I get it that you buy a dog and all of a sudden your wife gets pregnant and she's scared of that breed of dog and you got to get rid of him. I get all that. And you take him down to a shelter. I don't get you leaving him on a post and leaving him outside. I don't get you fucking tying him to some fucking street or moving and leaving him in the backyard. That's not cool in my world, and that's animal abuse. And in my neighborhood, that's a fucking, those are charges to get beat up. Like, people in my neighborhood beat you up for that. Not me. I just mind my business. But what I'm trying to say to you is, when I was a kid, I saw these guys burn that dog, and I heard him cry. And till this day, you know, I'm a fucking piece of shit for not going back and hitting one of those kids in the head with a fucking brick. But that's not the story. The story